Welcome back to a brand new PTCG live video. Today I'll be showcasing the new Electivire EX from the newly released set Destined Rivals. So with that being said, let's get into the deck list. Let's see which new cards we'll be running. So we do have a 3-2 line of the Electabuzz and Electivire EX here, and this will be our main attacker for this deck. And then for the first attack, we have the Dual Bolt for the 1 Lightning, 1 Colorless. We can do 50 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. And then the second attack, which is really the best attack on this Pokemon, which will be the High Voltage Press. For the 2 Lightning, 1 Colorless, we can do 180 base damage. And if we have at least 2 extra energy cards attached to this Pokemon, we can do 100 more damage with this attack. And then we do run the 1 copy of the Iron Hands EX here for that Ampy Very Much attack. For the 120 base damage, if we can take a knockout with this attack, we can take an extra prize card for this knockout. And then we also run the 1-1 line of the Magnemite and Magneton for that Overvolt Discharge. We can knock out this Pokemon to give your opponent a prize card. And then we can get 3 basic energy cards out of our discard pile and attach them to our Lightning Pokemon in any way we like. And then we do run the 2 copies of the Miraidon here for that ability Tandem Unit. Once during your turn, you can search out your deck for up to 2 basic Lightning Pokemon and put them onto your bench. And then lastly, we have the 1 copy of the Squawkabilly EX for that Squawk and Seize ability. On the first turn of the game, we can discard our hand to draw 6 new cards. And then moving on to our trainer cards, for our stadium cards, we have the 1 copy of the Academy at Night, where once during each player's turn, they can put a card from their hand on the top of their deck. And then for our supporters, we have the 4 Arven for searching out an item card and a tool card. The 2 Boss's Orders for gusting up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. The 3 copies of Carmine for draw support. And then for our tool cards, we have the 2 copies of Heavy Baton. If this is attached to a Pokemon of exactly 4 retreat cost, and when that Pokemon is knocked out in the active spot, we can move over 3 basic energy cards from that Pokemon over to one of our benched Pokemon. And then for our ace spec, we have the Maximum Belt, where we can do an extra 50 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon EX. And then lastly, we do have the 1 copy of the Rescue Board. And then for our special energies, we have the 2 copies of Jet Energy, which will be a switching option, and a Colorless Energy, all rolled into 1. And then lastly, we have the 12 basic Lightning Energies. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into some games here. Okay, they do take a mulligan. It looks like there's going to be United Wings. So yeah, they won the coin toss and they decided to go first here. So let's see. They're going to take up a really huge turn 1 in my opinion. It is United Wings after all. See, they get the Brute Bonnet, Ancient Capsule, so they're using Poison also. I don't know. And they're gonna Ultra Ball for Squawk here, I guess. Yeah, there it is. And they have Ancient Capsule. Oh yeah, for Brute Bonnet. They get the Petron EX. And another Ultra Ball. So what was that? 3 Ultra Ball in a row? Yeah, that was 3 in a row. I think they forgot to use the Instaflock though. Oh no, they didn't play it from their hand. They opened the game with it. And they go into Petron. Yeah, I kind of feel bad we went into Iron Hands in the active. Nothing on generator. Nothing on that one. Yeah, I think that was another failed generator. Let's get Electivire here. And then let's go for the Motivate. So yeah, that's pretty bad. 3 failed generators, more or less. At least 2. They go for the toxic powder over there. Let's see, let's try the last one and then Rescue Board, I guess. Just 1 energy here. Yeah, we'll just go for the dual bolt here. Put 50 on Petron. Miraidon. Yeah, definitely not what we need. See, the Carmine. Guessing they're getting Fez there? No, they get Murkrow. And another Petron. Pretty interesting. For the single prize one, for the toxic poison powder stuff. They get the Murkrow. So yeah, they're going to Murkrow here. No, into Petron. Pretty interesting. Night Stretcher. Yeah, it's really not. I guess maybe we can get the Electivire. Can they go for the spin turn? I'm not sure why. Why they didn't go for the United Wings? Carmine. Yeah, I don't know why they went for the spin turn. I feel like they have enough United Wings Pokemon in the discard. Maybe not actually. They only have 6 it would look like. They play Wattrel. And they go for another spin turn. Yeah, let's just go for the dual bolt here. Yeah, I don't know what kind of a deck this was. They didn't take a single prize card off of us. They're going to Murkrow again. And they research the last 2 cards in their hand. Perilous Jungle. Well, I feel like in general it's just kind of hard to make Poison and United Wings together to work. They do 160 for the United Wings. And I guess we'll just gust up to Petron or something. We're doing what, 180 or 280? Yeah, last 2 prize cards of the game. Let's see what was prized. 2 lightning energies. There we go. And looks like they're going first here, so not the most ideal for us. Yet a mulligan. Okay, it looks like it's gonna be a Larvitar or a Tyranitar Sandstream. Carmine. Yeah, let's just pass. Yeah, let's get Magneton. And let's go for the Thank you very much. Take 2 prize cards. So we pick up Night Stretcher and Miraidon. Okay, looks like they get the Rockets Tyranitar with a rare candy. I feel like they have really no chance of using that Demolition Tackle for the 180. They gust us for Squawk. That's kind of bad. Okay, that's pretty lucky. We get an energy card. Yeah, I guess let's go up to 160 and then we'll just do the Thank you very much next turn. Mimikyu. Yeah, we don't have to worry about Mimikyu. We don't have any terrestrial Pokemon. Ultra Ball. So they're gonna get Mew EX? No, they get Ampharos or Rockets Ampharos. So what is that? Plays the Pokemon from their hand. Yeah, let's go for the Thank you very much. Okay, get rid of that Sandstream. So we get here Boss and Carmine. I guess we can use the Academy at night, put the Boss on the top of the deck and then Carmine. Or just Gust one of their one prizers. Yeah. Yeah, they basically lose this and they do concede here. So yeah, we won the coin toss, and we decided to go first here, and looks like no mulligans from neither one of us. So yeah, I feel like we're gonna get the Squawk here of Nest Ball. Or maybe let's get Miraidon actually. Because we do have Generator. Yeah, looks like we don't get the chance to use Squawk here, unfortunately. All they have is Shaymin over there. Festival Grounds. They use Iono, don't mind. Okay, looks like this is Festival lead here. They switch out of the Shaymin for Applin. I feel like we have no choice but to just gust up that Shaymin actually. Now we're gonna start targeting bench Pokemon. Yeah, it still protects it. Do knock out the Shaymin. Jet Energy. And they use Iono for our 2-card hand. I'm pretty surprised. Yeah, I feel like we should Jet Energy into Iron Hands if we can. Shaymin. This has got Fezandipiti on the standby. See, did we play a supporter card? Yeah, we played the Carmine. Let's see what they do here. They go into Applin. And they only got 1 card hand. I don't know how they're going to pull this off. They would need to get the Tawaki and Diplin evolved up this turn. Okay, there's Tawaki. Is there Diplin? No. Yeah, that's kind of bad. See, let's get Heavy Baton. Ultra Ball maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna gust up the Tawaki. That's basically a pretty big threat for us. Go for the Ampy very much. And 2 lightning energies. Another Applin. Yeah, they basically lost this. There's not much they can do. There's Diplin. So I believe they do 200 damage with the wave. altogether. Yeah, 100 double strike. Yeah, they basically lose this. Go for the MP very much. Yeah, there we go. Last two prize cards of the game. That's where we get Lightning Energy and Electabuzz. There we go. So yeah, we did win the coin toss, and we decided to go first for this game. We had our opponent go second, and looks like they took at least one mulligan here. It looks like it's going to be either Grimmsnarl EX or some kind of a control deck, because they do have the Frostlass with the Freezing Shroud. And Rare Candy. It's probably Grimmsnarl, honestly. Let's see, draw a card. Wow, we get to draw Squawk. And we get the Miraidon. And let's Tandemuna, get Magnemite, Iron Hands. Yeah, Magneton's in the deck. Squawk and Seize here. End turn. So I feel like that was a decent turn one. We did kind of want to get Carmine, but did not draw it. I think Nest Ball for Badoo. So it looks like they're going to go for item lock. Ooh, interesting. They do use the Iono here, which is pretty good for us. We didn't really have much going on in that hand. Yeah, I think we'll just Arven for Ultra Ball. And Heavy Baton maybe. Yeah, we'll just get rid of Counter Catcher. It doesn't look like they're setting up too well here. It's pretty good that we already got Electivire pretty much all built up 5 energies and even Max Belt. But something tells me the Max Belt was kind of a waste. It doesn't look like they have Grimmsnarl even. Like, it doesn't look like there's a Grimmsnarl at all. Because they have Artisan, Buddy Puff, and... like, they would have Spike... no, this is Grimmsnarl actually. So I'm kind of surprised to see the Artisan and not like Spike Move Gym. They get a Snow Run. Yeah, they do go for the Itchy Pollen there. Oh, Generator. Wow, we're gonna lose the Generator though. Real Carmine. Yeah. Let's see, there's Frostlass. Couldn't believe we couldn't get the Jet Energy. That is pretty bad. And literally only like, what, 222 cards in their deck. All the generators have been used, honestly. And another item lock. Let's see, there's the Freezing Shroud. Yeah, I guess we'll just take Rescue Board. And I think we'll go for the Dual Bolt here. Put 50 damage on... maybe the Frostlass. So we pick up Shaymin. So they do pick up a Dark Energy. They're probably gonna move the 3 damage counters from the Frostlass over to us. Because there's no way they're gonna just let Frostlass get KO'd. Yeah, there's the Adrenabrain. And they put another Shaymin down? I mean, another, Badoo. And I don't get it. Why did they move only 20 damage? They didn't move the damage counters from Frostlass? That is crazy. They gussed up our Iron Hands. Yeah, they go for the Itchy Palm. I can't believe we didn't get Jet Energy here this far into the game. So yeah, that's probably why they just moved 20 damage. Okay, finally, we get the Jet Energy. Well, let's go for the Dual Bolt here. Put 50 on Frostlass, and then 50 on Badoo. So a pretty nice double knockout. So we pick up Night Stretcher and the Heavy Baton. Yeah, they just concede here. Well, those are all the games. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.